Well, one of our users likes designing on a 35 angle grid, and let's put the snap on, and I've popped here in the middle of the design. Now I'll take snap off because it's difficult to snap to that line. I've drawn a line, and you'll notice here in the properties box it's 35 degrees. So she tells me that the block of paving that runs through here and round the corner and down cuts through the lawned area. She wants that on a 35 degree grid, and the point where you descend from the raised deck down into that path in the lawn, which is made of 300mm paving bricks, has to be married to that 35 degree angle. And she found that really tedious and difficult to do, and asked if there was an easier way than just placing each block, turning the grid on and the angle and so on. Is there an easier way? Well, in fact there is, and what you can do is, if you set your design up in the horizontal, you can pick the object. In this case I've put all of the blocks down, and you can just right click and rotate that and pick as a base point, zoom in on here, pick the bottom left of the first paver, and then rotate that group at 35 degrees and move away. You could turn that now into a block, and you can position that back in the drawing. So the one way that's done very, very easily is to set up using, I'll right click and go to drafting settings. Using under polar tracking, I've added an additional angle of 35 degrees, and I've made a distance step of 450. So let's cancel from there, and let's just imagine now that, in fact, what I should do is undo that. We'll undo that rotation, and we want to move some more of these paving bricks up. So I've got a snap that is set through polar. So let's take that group there, and we'll copy it. And remember, I've got a 300mm paving bricks and a 450 snap settings or gap settings in that additional angle. So if I copy from here, the bottom point, and can you see I just move up and I find the 450 very easily. Move up again, finds the 450. See, as I move up and down, it locks on the 450 step like so. Let's finish that and just remind you how that's happening. Go back to drafting settings. So I've said enable a distance step of 450 units, millimeters in this case, and we could have set an increment angle of 45 if we wanted, but this worked very well and very easily. And if I turn that into a block, rotate it through 35 degrees and pop it back into position, I can maneuver it very, very easily. And that's much simpler than trying to operate at a 35 degree angle.